What do you guys got for me?
How you doing?
I feel ya, man. Oh, Champion Zabra Hex. Oh, he's a companion character that joins your crew. I wonder if they both are. I have a good feeling about you, Voladin. This terrible day really starting to turn around when you showed up. This terrible day. How long were you a bone? I mean, how long were you a statue? I think it was more than a day, honestly. Some might call it luck, but I think it's fate. We were meant to cross paths. This could be the beginning to something great. You gain these followers. One guy. That's not how plurals work. Level 103.
I believe that fate has brought us together.
I choose to believe that fate has brought us together. Can I send missions here? Oh, you have to go to your class hall? That's weird, because I can send missions from my phone at any time, but I have to go to my class hall in the video game. Oh well. We'll be back there before long anyway. Yalia?
I help you.
Oh, she's new too. Wow, I really did just have to play my own personal quest for like half an hour when I was going to double my stock of characters to use. Yalia Sage Whisper. Your willingness to help is admirable, and it gives me insight into what kind of leader you will be. I know you mean to gather priests from all over all the factions and lead them in battle against the Burning Legion. It's an extraordinary task, but one that you will not have to embark on alone. Boop.
We stand together.
Okay, there is a follow-up quest. I was about to feel real awkward because I just stopped the previous episode and rendered that up and uploaded and everything, thinking that there's going to be more quests to go, and then if they both just got recruited at the beginning of this episode, then I move on. I'm like, oh, well, that was a weird time to cut the episode.
Be blessed by the light.
Looking through the lens. We have all that we need to create Valen's elixir, but in order for others to be able to witness his vision, we'll need to find something that can be used to project images from the mind. A lens from the nearby Naga should work well, but I don't think they're going to be too eager to give it up. Recover the lens from the Tide, a lens of Tide from the Lady Hate Coil within the Eye of Ashara dungeon.
Stay vigilant.
Oh no. You're being a real bastard about this game. I don't know if I want to I mean, I do have two quests. The way that the quest points you at there, and they're like mandatory quests, is weird. Because like they give you optional quests. I'm sorry. You get used to just doing dungeons. So we did the dungeon already, and now I have a Wrath of Ashara quest, and I have the Through the Looking Lens Priest campaign quest. All right. Have not made up my mind yet. I might show that. I might skip ahead and be like, "Hey, I did the dungeon again," because I did definitely do that dungeon in the past. But one way or another, that's going to be a time commitment. Let's go after my weapon instead. Let's see. Out of the darkness, that should be that should be my artifact weapon. Let's get my next artifact weapon. That'll be interesting. We'll follow up on the main quest line with the priests in a moment.
Must not fall.
Gotta get. Is it Dalaran? Flights to... Oh!
Death to the Legion.
I have to get a flight path from that main platform. That makes sense. I went ahead and whipped out my phone during that flight path. Totally forgot about the fact that... oh, I'm way zoomed out. Totally forgot about the fact that you can't actually...
The champion you seek should be here shortly.
Let us fly. Black Feather is settled and ready to go.
Oh, are you guys actually here for my main quest? I thought you were someone else entirely. Or are you... I can't tell if they're here for this quest or for the, teleporting to the... Oh, they're both, aren't they? They are... Okay, never mind. So don't talk to him, just get on the flight. Darkstone Isle? This guy. There we go. Okay. They're just overlapping, which is confusing. We'll get to the main quest with Wander and Shell later. So I whipped out my phone during that. I was like, oh yeah, let's check out, I'm sure I can, just send those people on their missions or something. Turns out I can't. Forgot about the fact that, I could probably pump up the graphics quality a little bit. I think I was trying to get better frame rate or something at some point. Did it even affect anything? Turns out you can't send people on missions in the middle of a play session, because your character's already logged in, and the app on the phone logs into your character, so if you're logged in, you're screwed. Unfortunate. So no matter what, if you're playing the game, you do have to go to the location, although it would be faster to log out and just do it that way. A Niskaran executioner.
Beast is trying to take her soul.
Hi.
Hurry, we can still save her.
Yes, we can. Weird Russian Draenei man.
Feed upon your soul.
Is that so? You look like you're about to die. That seems like not your goal. Whoops. Huh, that was an easy camp to clear. Do I need to revive her? She's dead. Okay, revive? Casting Resurrection. I have to remind myself where that is in the hot part, because I don't use it very often.
I'm alive. By the light, I live again.
What are you, some kind of priest? Out of the darkness, I felt my soul being ripped from my body. If you hadn't come when you did, I don't even want to think about it. Is there anything I can do to repay you? I owe you my life, after all. You mentioned to her Baram's story. Baram still lives too. Oh, thank the light. Yes, I'll gladly tell you everything I know. Salvation from on high. I was serving on board the airship that crashed on the way to the broken shore. I must have backed out, as the next thing I remember was being jolted awake. I was on a broken land, and above me stood a Manari carrying a staff of darkened crystal. There is no mistaking it. The staff was Tu'ur. All my life I've heard stories about how Tu'ur flowed with healing power of the light. Somehow the crystal has been darkened by Manari. We must get it back, and restore it to its pure form. Something unexpected has interrupted your discussion. Deal with it! Where is it?
Prophet's mercy. What is that?
What are you filthy mortals doing near the Master's portal? I rip the answer from your soul.
Surprise demon hunter encounter.
Go deal with that demon. I'll tend to Alora.
I mean, I just brought her back to life all on my own. I feel like I can tend to her pretty well. Seems like not much of a problem, honestly. Oh, he's almost dead. Just let it happen. We're so close. There we go.
Sinu Alanore, you were fortunate I was in the area. What brings you to this forsaken place? Lord Illidan knows the way.
Okay, so he's loyal to... Wait, Jace Darkweaver. I think I know who that is. Or at least I think I may have at some point known who that was. At one point I read a trilogy of books about Illidan, so the only real lasting effect is that I know that he wasn't always blind, and at one point he was a night elf, I think, like a normal one. And some names sometimes feel familiar. Yay! That was useful. That was a long time ago. You seek a demon with a staff of crystal. The Eridar that calls itself Lady Calendaris has one that matches your description perfectly. She's my prey, though. I've been chasing her minion all over the Isles, and I'm not about to let this opportunity pass. I could use someone to watch my back, though. If you help me out, I'll be willing to let you take the staff that you seek. I don't care about her equipment. It's her soul that I'm after. Well, what do you say? Return of the Light. Excellent! There is a gateway further down this pathway, and like most Legion constructs, it is powered by souls. I think the death of the Inquisitor should be enough to activate it and open the way back to where it came from. Let's go see what where the path takes us, shall we? Accompany Jace Darkweaver to the portal and obtain Tu'ur, Beacon of Light of the Naru. Sorry, I guess they're not going to come with us. So Boros lasted exactly one fight of actually helping me. So much for that.
Do not give in to the power of the Legion. Let's
get
going.
Oh, nope, here they come. Well, that's cool. I got a full party. Well, almost. I have 4 party members. It's close.
And so we entered the lair of the beast. May the light protect us.
There are others trapped inside. Please, rescue them if you can. Thank you again.
I'll try. Are you coming in? Oh, hello.
Bless the light. You made it. This place is crawling with evil. Arcanon Boros. Jace went to scout ahead, but when these demons attacked and put up this barrier, we were separated. He's still out there.
Single target healing always feels weird. I think if you stack. Oh right, I don't have enough party members. I was gonna try stacking radiance to get the attunements up.
Thank you, champion. With my strength renewed, I am able to dispel this foul magic.
Jace, where'd you go? Oh, he's over there.
Jace was heading this way.
This is interesting. So a bunch of stuff happened, like as if it's like we took too long to go through the portal somehow.
Fight at your side, demon hunter.
I got this. Oops. Guess who casted fear on accident again? I'm really good at that apparently. You'll be fine. Where's... Oh, the third health bar is Voladin, that's me. I was like, where'd the lady go? Isn't she supposed to be helping us? Everyone's gonna be fine. I guess I should go ahead and help. They're clearly going to make it at this point. There we go.
Thank you, friends. I admit, I doubted you'd survive the demon's trap, Boros. Thought it would just be me and the priest now.
My wounds were severe, but our priest arrived just in time.
They closed the gates to the upper levels. Priest, use your holy magic to destroy the anchoring crystal. That should open our way.
Okay, smiting time. More smiting time?
Excellent. Now let's get out of here.
I did more smiting, more better.
What is that noise? Naranoth! If you allow another jailbreak, I'll strand you on this pathetic rock and leave you to
Be on
rot!
your guard. I sense a powerful demon ahead.
If you had faith in the light, demon hunter, there would be nothing to fear.
A prisoner! We can use her help. Free her.
Powerful demon? Maybe. Loud demon? Yes. Absolutely that. Free prisoners, do we get new party members? She's over here. I'll get her out. Here you go.
Taz Dingo! Thank you for getting me out of there.
No more escapes on my watch.
Oh yeah?
The light has
Show
come
us.
to vanquish you,
Show us how great you are at
demon
stopping escapes. Ow. I'll give you that. It kinda hurt. Ooh, I can stack radiance now. Which means really powerful versions of this spell. Light's Wrath. There we go. That was not strong actually. That was a bummer. Let's go ahead and... I'll just focus on healing for a bit. I have an entire party to do all the heavy lifting right now, so it makes sense just to keep everyone going. You're all gonna be fine, don't worry. I've got way more mana than he does health. Likes to run away, doesn't he? Oh, he's way over there now. He's escaping my healing range. What'll I do? Oh wow, the approach is actually wearing on people. I got you guys. I got you guys. Just gonna stack some stuff. That was the wrong thing. There we go. Trying to do damage healing now. Oh, he's dead. No more damage healing. Gotcha. So we just needed to defeat Lady Calandris. Hopefully I'll get a chance to heal them a bit before they'll go suiciding. Uh-oh. Oh, they instantly healed.
Many thanks again, man, for getting me out of there.
We seek the leader of this den of horrors, an Eredar called Lady Calindris.
Aye, she be outside directing her demons to load up more captives. I be having a score to settle with her. So if you be aiming to take her out, count me in.
Come, let's move before we encounter any more surprises.
That was odd. They usually sound Jamaican-ish, but she just sounded Scottish, like she was starring in the movie Brave. I don't know if that was intentional or if that's a variation I'm not used to. I feel ya, man. Okay, stop dying, please. If you don't mind. Thought I could stack up enough atonement to group heal with damage, but then Boros was just in a hurry to be free of his mortal coil. Calm down, everyone. There we go. There's the damaging. Boros, stop dying. He'll be fine. Everything's fine. Ish. Approximately fine. The funny thing about healing is that I'm so focused on just making sure people don't die, I have zero concept of the flow of battle, and then I'm completely caught off guard every single time when the fight ends. I'm like, oh, it's over. Oh, we were good. Okay.
Prey stands before us. We must strike now, before she can summon her defenses.
This is insane that they made a separate quest like this that seems to have its own unique area for all 3 weapon types of every class. I think that's what happened here, unless I'm wrong. Maybe this gets recycled in some other context.
Are you truly so stupid? You presume to challenge an Eridar sorceress of the Burning Legion?
Yes. Fear! Everything's fine, everyone. Just calm down. I'm fine, you're fine, we're all fine. Just keep up those party heals. There we go, they're all gone now, didn't matter. Don't fall for the weird spooky illusions. Okay, Boros might need a little help.
I grow tired of this. Be consumed by the darkness!
You grow tired of this, huh?
Just you and me now, little priest. Your pathetic light won't save you.
Okay, actually, I could use some healing on myself. Hang on a second. I've got Shadow Men to spam. Haha! Slightly caught off guard by the change of focus to me, but it's fine.
No! My staff is absorbing the light! Damn you, priest, and my staff! It senses the light within you! What is it? No!
I need to target something first.
Oh, such power. I feel the demon's essence infusing every fiber of my being.
I fear for your soul, Demon Hunter. It's not too late. Turn to the light and be cleansed of your corruption.
Spare me your platitudes, Paladin. Your people know well the horrors that the Legion plans to unleash. The Legion must be stopped, and I will do everything in my power to make it so. Nothing is more important than their destruction.
Angry times. Also, awfully convenient of Calendris to basically be doing exposition for her entire death, so I know exactly what's going on as she's losing. Huh. Didn't have to fight my own weapon this time.
Ture, beacon of the Naru.
I can't
You
use
two
them.
can yell at each other later. It'll be time to get out of this place.
That's an anticlimactic ending for that. Pick up the staff and it ends with, you. I can't use that. Because I can't use that. Where is it? There's Ture. Looks like that. That's neat. Freaky disc slicer weapon. This is the current weapon. They're both really cool looking. Yeah, they're both really neat looking. But I guess this will be the more healing based one. Wonder how it compared stat wise. Everything's lower, but the crit strike is higher. It's also a lower level because I can give it a bunch of artifact power. That might become the new main weapon. I don't know if I'll do Shadow or not. Seems like healing the priest, the group better would help. Because we do like to do instances, and it's good to be able to get into groups easily by having a healer in the group, but I don't know. Maybe we'll try Shadow. Maybe I'll try everything. Over time. It's ready to turn in. Maybe it wants me to go back to... It probably wants me to go back to the base. Here we are.
Without faith, the battle is lost.
Return of the Light. It is Ture, or Ture. To I had thought it was lost to us forever. When I last saw the staff, we were escaping from a small world called Niskara. The Legion came upon us unawares. We were only able to escape thanks to a few brave Vindicators who remained behind with Tura to stall their attack. I did not think it could be done, but you were able to recover Tura. You truly walk in the light, Paladin. You have my respect and my thanks.
Many depend on you.
Is that gonna be the next weapon over here? The next...
I will hide in shadows no longer.
The third legend. You have not one but two powerful artifacts to use against the Legion, but can you imagine a world where you have three? Think of what you could do in such a world. Shall we look into the possibilities? Speak with Lunus Fowl to preserve a third artifact.
May light and shadow guide you.
So many options! Shadow. An ancient dagger of the old gods has resurfaced in a bid to restore the Twilight's hammer to power. They are performing an unholy ritual with it that must be stopped. The Blade of the Black Empire is a powerful void-attuned sacrificial dagger that has been used in horrific rites to the old gods since time immemorial. It enhances its owners with powerful shadow energy. Zalatath, Blade of the Black Empire. Equally hard to pronounce. What you look like? Look at that! Look at that! Whoa, that is a cool-looking blade weapon. So you hold a book, a Nightmare Necronomicon thing in one hand, and a freaky... That's a nightmarish dagger thing.
How may I help you?
Select.
Until next time.
This questline is designed for a Shadow Priest. Would you like to switch specialization? I guess so. Hi, I'm a Shadow Priest now. This won't be confusing. Oh god. Moderately scared. Hello, scary news stuff. Sure, let's send people on missions real quick, but then I'll send people out in a moment. Is this the complicated one? That's only one dude. Border reinforcements, one enemy, 3 enemies! There we go. Do I have the things for you? You would work to counter that one. You would counter that one. This one needs silence, so I could use either or. In fact, I have to pick one or the other one. I can't pick both. You run out of space. Oh, so she counters the problem, which is good, but unfortunately you get stuck with 88% chance of success. So even with every single spot countered, because the character themselves isn't super high level yet, we do have to worry about not having a ton of not having a perfect chance of success, which I prefer to have. This thing gives you 1600 bonus follower experience. Is that on top of the XP that's listed up here? Is that 3200? She needs 800 to level up, so she'll be, if this works, she'll be at least 104, maybe 105. So her being a low level will rectify itself quickly, I believe. Unless this messes up. I don't think they can die. I think only the crappy generic followers can die, so at worst case scenario is...
The shadows guide me.
Not a very good high chance. Oh yeah, you have a terrible chance of success because of you counter a type of power that he doesn't have. Shadow and silence. So you're not really useful, are you? In this situation. Nope, he's gonna have to stay back. Alright, hopefully that'll work out. Alright, I got a terrifying number of spells to keep track of. Let's read through them a little bit just to review. Vampiric Touch. Touch of Darkness. 40-yard range. Weird. It's called touch, so my D&D instincts make me think you have to actually touch your opponent or be very close to them to do it, but 40 yards is a big distance. Causes a ton of shadow damage over 18 seconds and heals the priest for half the damage it's dealing, so it's a self-healing attack. That's neat. I might switch to being a Shadow Priest, that'd be kind of fun. I definitely have to change my decor, because my character looks... I could go as a Shadow Priest, I guess, but I'd want to look cooler if I want to be all dark about it. Shadow Word Pain. A word of darkness that causes a bunch of damage instantly, and then more over time. Generates 3 insanity. Generates 4 insanity. Insanity is a metric here? Is that insanity? 140k out of 140k. Oh, that's my mana? Oh, there's my insanity under the mana. I mean, above the mana. So that's a new meter I have. So I have multiple meters now. Okay. Interesting. Shadow Word Pain is... We already had that, that's normal. What's this? Assume shadow form, increasing your shadow damage dealt by 10% and reducing your physical damage taken by 10%. Also neat, and it's just a passive. So when I'm in shadow form, people can always tell. Alright. So if I want to change my physical appearance for this new spec, I'm going to want to go for like more of a silhouette and not so much color, because your color doesn't really stand out when you're in this crazy form all the time, which as far as I can tell, I have no reason to ever take off. Alright, Mind Blast. Blast them instantly for damage. Really? That's it? And it generates 12 insanity. That's a lot. That's more for sure. Oh. Wow, it's a double surprise. I would think a blast spell would be instant, but it's not instant. It has a casting time. But also, I would expect it to have like an interruption or a stun or something, but it has no special effects. Weird. Mind Flay assaults the target's mind with shadow energy, causing a bunch of damage over 2.6 seconds and slowing their movement by 50%. And over the course of its duration, generates 8 insanity. Silence. Silences your target, preventing them from casting spells for 5 seconds against non-players, and interrupts spellcasting and prevents any spell from that school from being cast for 3 seconds. So it interrupts spellcasting, but only that school. Huh. Oh, sorry. Interrupts all spells for players, only that school of players, only that one school of magic for non-players. That's NPC stuff. Mind Shear. Corrosive shadow energy radiates from its target, dealing a bunch of damage over 4 seconds to all enemies within 10 yards of the target. An AoE attack. Power Word Shield. We already had that. Block damage. Shadow Mend. Already had that too. It's very useful healing. Shadow Fiend. Also already had that. A little summon friend. I'll have to double check my skill book to see if any weird stuff's lying out, because there might be weird mandatory stuff here. Alright, so Twisted Fate. After dealing damaging a target below 35% health, you deal 20% increased damage and 20% increased healing for 10 seconds. Ooh. It's like an execute. Mind Flay and Mind Blast deal 10% more damage and generate 20% more insanity. Blast the target, Shadow Word Void. Blast target's mind for that much shadow damage. Generates 25 insanity. I kinda like the idea of having an additional skill, especially if it means more insanity generation, although we need to figure out what insanity even does, because I don't actually know yet. I don't think any of those skills actually explain that, but it's probably easy to find out. I'll try the passive for now. I like the idea of getting a bonus when something's getting low on health. Although Mind Flay and Mind Blast are like probably going to be common spells, so 10% bonus doesn't hurt there either. This is a big bonus though. I think Twisted Fate would be satisfying. Mania, you move 1% faster for every 5 insanity you have. Oh my god. So, well, that only totals up to 20% faster, so it's not that big of a deal. But the idea of I just like the idea of your character running around like a lunatic, super speed, when you're generating insanity. Power Word Shield increases your target's movement speed for 40%, so the same thing I already had. Or when you cast Shadow Mend on yourself, its damage over time effect heals you instead. Oh. I mean, that seems pretty specifically useful over the other two. A slight increase in speed versus, or a speed boost from Shadow Power Word Shield, but that hasn't always been helpful that much anyway. Masochism seems really neat. Mind Bomb. After 2 seconds, let's see, 30-yard range, instant, 30-second cooldown. Inflicts the target with Mind Bomb after 2 seconds, or if the target dies, it unleashes a psychic explosion, stunning all enemies within 8 yards of the target for 2 seconds. Okay. So it doesn't have any damage of any kind. It just does an AoE stun after 2 seconds, or if they die. Replaces Psychic Scream? Did I even have that one? I don't think I even see Psychic Scream listed anywhere on here. That might be one of those skills that's not even listed anywhere here. Psychic Voice reduces the cooldown of Psychic Scream by 30%, 30 seconds. Dominant Mind. You may also control your own character while Mind Control is active, but Mind Control has a 2-minute cooldown, and it may not be used against players. That's bizarre. So you can Mind Control an enemy, but also still control your character, and use both of them at the same time. That's neat for some control stuff there. Let's see. Huh. That just sounds like fun. I want to toy with that. I might replace it. But at least I think I want to try it at least. Lingering Insanity. This is Void Lord. Lingering Insanity persists for 8 seconds after you enter Void form. So Void form must be a form that benefits from insanity. Reaper of Souls. Shadow Word Death is now castable on targets below 35% health, and always generates insanity as though it has killed the target. So Shadow Word Death must not be usable on people that are... it must require them to be lower on health instead of 35%. Huh. Void Ray. Each time your Mind Flay or Mind Spear deals damage, you gain 10% increased Mind Flay and Mind Spear damage for 6 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. So spamming Mind Flay or Mind Spear gives you a direct bonus. If you just keep using it over and over again, you can build up a bonus. There's Spear. So that's the one that shoots out and explodes, and the channel attack. Okay. The Reaper of Souls sounds pretty great too. Next up, San Lern increases the damage of your Vampiric Touch by 20% and healing of your Vampiric Embrace by 20%. Auspicious Spirits. Your shadowy apparitions now deal 100% increased damage and generate 4 insanity. Oh. Are you talking about Shadow Fiend? That's a shadowy fiend. That's not an apparition? What's rough is I don't have the context for what some of the skills are referring to yet. Doesn't this used to be like a Night Elf or the Rogue skill icon? Shadowy Insight. Shadow Word Pain. Periodic damage has a 10% chance to reset the remaining cooldown of Mind Blast and cause your Mind Blast to be instant. The periodic damage has a 10% chance. It's ticking over and over again, isn't it? That's kind of a big deal, although Mind Blast isn't the most isn't the longest cooldown in the first place. Huh. That seems like it could be useful. I'll grab that for now. We can change these over time, of course. Power Infusion. It's an instant skill. Infuses you with power for 20 seconds, increasing haste by 25% and increasing insanity generation by 25%. Shadow Crash. Hurls a bolt of slow-moving shadow energy at the destination, dealing a bunch of damage to all targets within 8 yards. And then Mindbender. Summons a Mindbender to attack the target for 15 seconds. That sounds like... oh. A replacement summon. I'm curious about that. I kind of just want to see it in the field. Legacy of the Void. The Void form may be activated anytime your insanity is 70 or higher. So maybe it requires 100 normally. Void form something I haven't seen yet, but it probably shows up near Shadow form or something. Mind Spike. Assail the target with shadowy spikes, dealing a bunch of Shadow Frost damage and leaving spike embedded in their mind. Mind Blast will detonate these spikes, dealing additional 200% of their original damage and to the main target, and 100% to all nearby targets. That's actually neat. It's a setup and sort of a setup and payoff skill. Replaces Mind Flay and set off by Mind Blast. It's interesting. Surrender into Madness. Instant. 10-minute cooldown. All your insanity generating abilities generate 150% more insanity, and you can cast while moving until you exit Void form. Then you die. Horribly. That's pretty funny. So once every 10 minutes you can go crazy and destroy everyone, but then you die at the end, so somebody needs to heal you afterwards or you're screwed. That's amusing. I'll give them that. That's amusing. I'm gonna go for Mind Spike because that seems genuinely neat, but I can go either way. We'll probably change over time. Alright, so we can't get these talents till level 110, so that's gonna be it for now. Let's see, damage over time spells to eradicate enemies. Alright, Void form. Transformation that enables Void Bolt and increases your damage by more the longer it is active. So you have to probably keep it active by actively casting stuff that gives you more insanity, otherwise it'll probably wear off. I wish it would actively tell me how insanity works, though. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna take a moment to scan through my spellbook to see if there's any weird stuff hidden away. So we have a few explanations here that help us out a bit. Void form. Activated by casting Void Eruption, which is this spell down here that I've also found. Which you just it costs 100 insanity to activate. And when you activate it, twist your shadow form with the powers of the Void, increasing all damage you deal by 30%, reducing the cooldown of Mind Blast by 3 seconds, grants an additional 1% haste every 1 second. Your insanity will drain increasingly fast until it reaches 0 and void form ends. When void form ends, you return to normal shadow form, and you gain lingering insanity, allowing the haste bonus to persist for 1 minute or until you have next enter void form. And here's shadowy apparitions, which you heard referenced earlier. When your shadowward pain damage over time critically strikes, you also create a shadowy version of yourself that floats towards the target and deals 3,000 shadow damage, which seems like it's not a lot of damage, but it's a fun visual bonus probably, if nothing else. Other little things, we had reference to Vampiric Embrace during one of those previous screens. Fills you with the Embrace of Shadow energy for 15 seconds, causing you to heal all nearby allies for 40% of any single target shadow spell that you damage you deal. So it's almost the equivalent of what Discipline Priests do, but on a much smaller scale, because you can only do it for 15 seconds of every 3 minutes, as opposed to being like this standard way your class works. Void Eruption's pretty straightforward. You explode and do 16,000 damage. And it makes you go into void form but you need to have what you need to do it. Here's Shadowward Death, and as expected, it requires the enemy to be low on health to work in the first place. You get insanity for using it at all, but they have to be less than 35% health. The standard version you get in the book before I equip it says that it says it generates 10 insanity or 30 if the target dies, and it says 20% health. So the threshold is twice as big, and it regenerates 3 times the insanity because of the talent I chose. And I think that's more or less the basic ones. Stuff isn't mostly too interesting aside from that. Like, Dispersion is an anti-snare. It gets rid of any snaring skills on your character at the moment, and makes you immune to snare for a while. And if you do it in void form, because it stops you from doing any actions while you're doing it, it also makes it so your void form stops draining sanity. Alright, this will be interesting. This will be a change of pace if nothing else. I've mapped silence to my middle mouse button. So hopefully I'll remember to click the middle mouse button when somebody's casting something. So where were we?
We will accomplish much together.
Alonza's Foul. The staff has great power that can be used for good if you have the will to control it. It could also immolate you. Are you sure? That was probably the easiest decision you've ever had to make. Let's get started. Because there was no decision to make, there was only one option. Blade in Twilight. I have been working with Moira Thorisin to infiltrate the Twilight's Hammer cult. I keep wanting to call it Twilight Hammer, so that's why I keep hesitating for a moment there. I'm like, oh yeah, the Twilight Hammer cult. No, Twilight's Hammer. We have to stop for a second. We've learned of an ancient and powerful old god relic, a blade used at various points in history to wreak havoc. Moira's double agent informs us a new leader is rising and plans to cement his ascension using this weapon in an unholy ritual. You must find him, stop the ritual, and seize the artifact. We will meet in Dalaran afterwards. Stop the ritual and acquire Zal Latath, Blade of the Black Empire.
Let us get to work.
Yeah, no big deal, just gotta do some usurping. That's usually easy.